World's Dumbest Criminal, Anal Prince, and Disneyland Heist on today's episode of 123 Jokes.
Go! Welcome everybody to 123 Jokes, the competitive comedy podcast where we take three stories from the news, write three jokes about
from
each
the
story.
net news.
From the Nickelodeon, we write three jokes about each story and decide who has written the funniest jokes. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
My name is Ricardo Leone.
I'm Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
I'm Aaron Kraft.
Aaron Kraft, our resident judge, and we are joined today by a very funny comic by the name of
Danny Vega. Thanks for having me.
Danny. Welcome to the show.
This is going to be great. I wrote some terrible jokes.
Oh,
Fit right in.
Yeah. Well, that's uncalled for.
That's coming
That's
from
Aaron
our
for you.
judge, the guy whose sole job it is on the show to rate jokes.
The judge.
So just
It's
a little
all
taste
relative,
of
though. It's all relative. Like, these could all be bad jokes, but which one is the best bad joke?
Oh, that's a good point, Ricky.
Why is
gonna
Aaron
find
the
out.
judge? How did that happen? Is he
You know,
just
that's a very good question. We should ask ourselves that. I don't know why we
You know
never
what? I
discussed it before.
I kind of like that. I think I'm going to start with, we take three stories from the news, write bad jokes about each story, and see who has written the least bad joke.
Yeah, we got to set that bar real low.
I want to go back to what Danny just asked because I feel like Aaron needs to explain in his words how he became the judge.
And then we'll tell you why he's the judge.
Shouldn't we be talking about Danny?
Rick,
Yeah,
Guest on
we're
the
gonna-
show.
we're
You
gonna
could
get
talk
to
about
that.
your own damn show.
Carly, could you mute Rick, please?
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right. Now, Aaron, you're our guest.
You cannot silence me. Control Shift A turns off the mute.
But Danny did have a question for Aaron, or I guess to the group. But
Why am I the judge?
yeah, Aaron, why do you think you're the judge?
I think I have a scholarly neutrality about me. You know, I can critically analyze. I don't take sides. I'm not biased. And I'm not a comedian, so I actually don't know what a joke is supposed to sound like.
Which is always the
And we
criteria.
And we like Aaron as a judge because he's delusional about his qualifications, and that's usually funny.
Usually, yeah.
It's great. You seem very qualified.
Now, Danny, what qualifies you to be our guest?
Well, I do comedy in New York, back when New York was a city. And I have a podcast myself, which Carly has been featured on. It's called Am I the Asshole?
And Danny, that was recordedly the most popular episode of your podcast of all time.
It
true?
was at the time the most popular episode. Yeah, I actually had my other ex on, and that episode's a little more popular. But you know, it's not a contest. No, I'm
Who?
lying.
I'll kill her.
I don't keep in touch with any of my exes besides you. All right. Yeah, and it's about situations that people submit, and they want to know whether or not they're the asshole. So it's sort of a little discussion of modern etiquette, morals, stuff like that, and calling people assholes.
It's a good follow on Facebook, too. It's like really fun to weigh in.
Yeah, we keep it pumping up on Facebook. Lots of posts, getting in lots of trouble. People are reporting comments now. I got a lot of angry commenters. People don't get it. It's like, no, you call the submitter an asshole. You don't call the other commenters an asshole. They're like, you're such a bitch for saying she's an asshole. It's like, no, relax, lady. That's the premise.
I usually kind of talk about stuff with my friends, and the premise is, am I the bitch?
And yeah, he is.
It's usually yes.
Yeah, didn't we establish in our most recent live show that your name is Jeremy Bitches?
Jeremy bitches.
Yeah.
That's right. You guys should listen to the game show episode.
And we did establish that episode was canon. So, all right. Well, if everybody's raring to go, Why don't we get started with that first story, yeah?
All right, round one. World's dumbest criminals. Gun used to rob Chicago hot dog stand misfires, hitting robber in the penis. He thought he was going in for some quick cash. A robber was in the process of robbing a hot dog stand at gunpoint.
Wait,
far south side.
it hit Robert? It hit Robert in the penis?
Wait, let me check my penis.
That's your penis, bro.
Still good. Still beautiful.
Get your facts straight, Carly.
I thought he was going to say, get your facts straight, Bob, but okay.
Now, Aaron is not a comedian.
Because your penis isn't pretty? Okay.
All right, my apologies for
You
the
have a
mystery.
very ugly penis.
Very ugly.
My apologies
As
for
the
the
judge
mystery.
says.
Okay, should I keep going, or you guys have enough?
Yeah.
A Bob Timmons was in the process of robbing a hot dog stand at gunpoint in far south side Chicago when he discharged his weapon on himself.
Oh.
The
Wait, let me check my weapon.
The incident occurred on Halloween of 2017. To add a flair of poetic justice to the yarn, the hot dog stand Robert Timmons shot himself in the penis. The Chicago Sun-Times identified the culprit as Terrion Pouncey, apparently not Bob Timmons, who was 19 when the incident occurred. The teen approached the hot dog stand and demanded cash. When he went to adjust the .38 pistol he had brought along, he shot himself twice, once to his leg and once to his penis.
So he shot himself in the penis. Did I catch all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to start us off? I guess I'll start us off.
I'll start us
Yeah.
off.
Okay, Ricky.
Fortunately, the man's penis was protected by the Bible that he keeps in his underwear. You know, like in the movies where the bullet doesn't kill the guy because he's a Bible.
Yeah.
Rick, I chuckled, okay?
It's like a pendant that his grandfather gave him that he keeps around his dick.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you want to go next?
All right. This joke isn't going to work because this part of the story didn't get read. I'll read it. All right. Pouncey held the pistol to the head of one of the 39-year-old employees who was holding a grease bucket at the time he was attacked. He asked the other employee to get the cash from the register, and as the two men handed over the cash and their wallets, the grease bucket allegedly went flying. Okay, that part didn't get read. Here's the payoff.
Oh, boy.
What? What just happened?
Jeremy just fucked himself.
All right, here's the payoff. I don't know what's sadder. This kid shot himself in the penis over a bad decision, or Kevin McAllister grew up to work at a hot dog stand.
What?
All right.
Took a lot of work
Jeremy,
to get
God.
there. It was worth it. It was,
Ew.
it was a good reference. It was a classic reference.
I couldn't
I'm gonna blame-
disagree with Danny more.
I'm gonna blame Carly for the bad edit on that story. Bad edit.
I just thought, a man robbing a hot dog stand shot himself in the penis. Phew, lose a 4-inch wiener, gain a 6-inch wiener. I say he's a winner.
These are some good, solid wiener jokes, guys.
Solid wiener joke.
Solid.
Well, they're only half solid right now.
What if you could have an erect penis, but it was still soft? Does that make sense? Like a water balloon that was on its
There's
side.
people who have that.
Wait, was that your joke, Danny?
No, that was just a thought I had there.
Oh, okay.
No, the
Those
thing
showers.
before though about the 6-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch.
No, that I wrote down. That I spent time on. There was
That was your joke though.
yeah.
That was
Like those little water tube stress reliever things,
Yes.
fidget in your hand.
That you can't grip it. Why
Yeah.
can't you grip it?
The visual was a little disturbing.
It's just this. This is
Let's
good
try it out.
podcasting. This is good
I mean,
podcasting.
I think every kid who gets a hold of one of those squeezies that you can't hold onto wants to fuck it. I mean,
Mhm.
literally.
Oh, I know what
Some of
you're
us
talking
did.
about.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? See, you knew what I was talking about as soon as I said that.
That one is like a cylinder.
Yeah.
Fucking sleeve.
Yeah.
Of course.
Cylinder.
But the thing is, it's
Yeah.
very cold.
No, you warm it up in like hot water. I mean, what? I mean,
Not that
What
you
are you
have a
talking about?
process.
All right, I'll go next. When you go for hot dogs in Chicago, do not get the number 38 special.
Nice.
It comes with tomatoes. It's gross.
Doctor said the bullet went clean through, doing minimal damage. So both the suspect and his three-eyed monster made a full recovery.
What?
Now, did we skip Rick?
I think isn't it one-eyed monster?
Yeah, it's one-eyed monster.
How many holes you got?
Oh, because it's got
many
the
holes?
holes
He's
in
got
it.
shot.
Bullets.
I like it now. I like it.
Got 2 more holes now. I'm sorry, I did skip Ricky. My bad.
Now, I don't like that penis with the one hole, but when you got 3 holes, now we're talking.
Yeah, odd numbers only.
Rick, do you want to say your joke?
Sure. Gun goes off, mazel tov.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh, because it was a Hebrew national hot dog?
Hey, nice. Now, was that a kosher 38 caliber bullet?
Jeremy, you ruined my Hebrew national joke.
I know, it was really good. We should have moved on after that.
I agree.
All right, go ahead, Danny.
My turn again?
Yeah,
All right.
Danny, you follow that really good
Well,
kosher
yeah.
gun joke.
All this talk about hot dogs, I think this evokes the age-old question. Why does a pack of hot dog buns come in a pack of 8, but a pack of hot dog stand workers are all I want to come in?
Should do some more hand gestures. Like, oh man, this is a little grosser than I thought it would.
A man shot himself in the penis with a gun. I mean, it's either tragic or disgusting.
But why did you have to talk about coming inside the innocent worker?
Because I just thought, I've heard that set up so much. Why does a pack of hot dogs
Yeah.
come in? And I thought that's funny. There's a come in pun. And I never heard
Yeah. You're right. There's a whole scene about it with Steve Martin in Father of the Bride. Right? He goes to the store and he starts
then he
screaming,
Comes in
I just
the
want
hot
to
dog
come and
buns.
everyone that works here.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember
It's
that
in the
part.
deleted scenes.
the juxtaposition in this story is a robbery, which is a high stakes thing, with a hot dog stand, which is like the lowest possible stakes. And I think that's really funny about this story. It's like, what was the max win here?
But it's not steaks, it's hot dogs.
Yeah, you should have robbed the high stakes stand.
Well, that's what they call hot dogs. Is the lowest possible steak. That's a hot dog.
Yeah.
You go to Fleming's on Sundays and they have the hot dog plate special.
Yeah. Let's see here. A guy robs a hot dog stand and accidentally shoots himself in the wiener. Not bad, but it would have been better if he had shot his penis off and it somehow landed between his butt cheeks. Then you got something.
This hot dog tastes like shit.
Ugh.
Literally.
Bing, dong.
Who's after
Rick?
Bob? Is that Rick?
Is it me?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm ready. That guy couldn't hit the broadside of his own dick. Now that he has the penis pump, he could. I don't know.
Ricky, are you writing these? Are you writing these right now?
Yep.
It doesn't show.
All right, Jeremy.
All right. In the south side of Chicago was a man named Terry Young with a reputation, criminal inclination, but one important piece of him gone. Well, he's bad. Terry on Pouncy, baddest man in the whole damn county, badder than old King Kong. Mean because he shot his dong.
Now, see, Danny, as I mentioned before, you could do song parodies, and I did call it Jeremy would sing one.
That's cute.
How did you know?
Just from the previous 218 episodes.
Oh, yeah, good point.
All right, Danny, you're up.
Well, I don't know if you guys actually kept reading. It actually said in the article that the hot dog growers of America were solicited for their opinion, and they actually said that it's stories like these that make people know and love hot dogs.
I don't get that reference.
There's no reference. It's just the notion that hot dogs are so terrible that shooting yourself in the dick for one is like totally all about hot dogs. It was really bad.
I like to.
I'm actually gonna hang
It's a
up.
publicity stunt.
I like to think that they're the hot dog growers, not showers.
Ah.
Growing hot dogs. That sounds disgusting.
I almost wrote hot dog manufacturers, and I thought, no, they grow. They grow.
In a lab somewhere.
The hot dog artisans. This one doesn't quite. All right, whatever. Gun violence in Chicago is so prevalent that God himself couldn't make a dish deep enough to contain it. So I kind of got away from the hot dogs.
Deep dish pizza.
I got sick of hot dogs.
That got tragic.
Danny, what's better, deep dish or thin crust? New York versus Chicago.
Are you talking about penises?
Yes.
I'm a thin crust guy. I'm a thin crust in the sheets and a deep dish on the streets.
Nice.
It's up to you, listeners, to figure out what that means.
I would have thought deep dish is your pet name for the food stand worker.
Oh, God. No, I just call her extra ranch.
You
Ew,
got a little
I
on
ran
the
out of
side.
tomatoes.
Now, I feel like this is highly debated. Do you guys dip your pizza in ranch?
No.
Sometimes.
No.
I like to do it. If the pizza's very dry, or the pizza stand worker is dry, then ranch is good.
If the pizza's dry, I shoot the cook in the penis.
And you guys know where Danny fucks all these people. In a hidden valley somewhere.
Oh, it sounded like you said in the head and belly.
Hidden valley.
Somewhere.
It's only because I hate Paul Newman so much.
With all his charity work.
Ugh.
But it's his own.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
All right, that'll do it for round one. So we're going to go to our resident judge, Aaron Kraft. How do the points shake out?
I just want to say right off the bat that this was not Ricardo's round. So
Aaron Kraft stating the obvious.
So I'm just gonna put that out there. But I really want to know, what is the broad side of one's own dick? I'm curious as to which side that is.
Probably the underside, right?
That's what I was thinking.
I think a side profile.
No,
But it's not broad. The side part's usually not, or is it just me?
it's not. Yeah, you have a very flat penis.
Damn it! I knew it.
Now,
Oh.
usually the penis is rounded, correct? So it's just one big side. So that's
Correct?
right.
I thought the underside's a little flatter, a little broader than the.
I think that it is, because you ever watch yourself have sex in front of a mirror?
all the time.
Your dick looks huge.
I don't know. I only have a two-dimensional penis. I can't contribute.
Ricardo, is that a generic "your" for Aaron, or is that like that Aaron's dick looks huge in the mirror? Well,
No, generic, like mine does also. Aaron and I.
when you and
You
Aaron
got one
are
of those-
together, your dick
But
is huge.
You got one of those. You got.
They've only had sex in a fun house. So
Damn it! Damn it! Now I'm trying to get in that. Okay. I'm get that.
Get a fucking
That's
video
what
and maybe
they
we'll let
said.
you tell a joke, Jeremy.
Okay.
You beat me to it.
Getting back to judgment. Ricardo, you're out of this round.
I wanted to get back to that.
So it was really tight otherwise between Danny, Bob, and Jeremy. I found Danny's 4 versus 6-inch wiener, or 4 and 6-inch wiener joke at the beginning. I thought that was funny. The come in pun, I think it's a difference in comedy style. I think the pun was like a New York style comedy. And I say that because I watch a lot of roast battles
Oh my god.
from New York. And that's how they set up their jokes. And that's the kind of stuff. So like, I think I don't know if that's the kind of stuff you have here.
I
But
thought they usually set up their joke by going, "I'm walking here." Yeah.
oh yeah, right. Yeah. So I gave him that
I
one.
thought they set up their joke with "What's the deal with?"
So now we know Aaron prefers New York style comedy over deep dish comedy.
Maybe it's in the water. You know?
The water they keep on the stool next to the mic stand.
It's different water. And then I didn't think the last joke was funny, Danny, but I did give you credit because you hit on a relevant point that people learn better when content is presented within narrative. That's the way the brain works.
That's the aim of my comedy is actually that, not laughs. So it's perfect.
Here's Danny with the didactic comedy.
So learning sciences, that's my.
Aaron, this is the most analytical about comedy you've ever been. Normally you'll just be like, I really like that word pterodactyl you just said, and then you'll think that joke.
And it's also about it's also about a bunch of jokes made about a guy who shot himself in the dick.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm putting too much into this, but I want to give everybody their dues here. Bob, your first and second. For some reason, hot penis off between the butt cheeks, like shut off between the butt cheeks. That was the best joke of the entire round. I don't know why, but you had everybody here laughing.
You analyzed every one of Danny's jokes, but you don't know why a penis between two butt cheeks is funny?
Well, see, my jokes, you just have to feel them.
I thought it was because it was like a hot dog.
Yeah.
When I ate it. Yeah.
Aaron, Danny figured it out.
I didn't laugh at that joke.
I figured it out.
But you guys laughed.
Funny. Did you picture it? You got to picture it.
Now, see, Danny, this is why he's a good judge, because you can't read it. You can't predict. Like, everybody will laugh, and Aaron's like, I don't know, okay, sounds good.
I didn't laugh at it, but everybody else did way more than any other joke. So I think that was probably the funniest joke of the round, the response.
No doubt.
And then Jeremy had a strong round. I liked his dick pendant riff at the very beginning. The Kevin McAllister joke took me a second, but it was funny once it landed.
It took several seconds.
That joke was like 4 minutes long.
And then I liked his rendition of Leroy Brown. I thought that was pretty good.
Jeremy, why did you choose Leroy Brown as your song of choice?
Because the story said South Side of Chicago, and that song was instantly in my head.
Jim Croce always inspires my comedy.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, you.
A winner?
I think Aaron was the only one to laugh at the Jim Croce joke. So.
I was, yeah, but so I'm going to give it to him anyway. So I'm going to give a point to Danny, Bob, and Jeremy.
Oh. So it's not that no one won this round, just Ricardo lost.
I wouldn't put it that way to my dear friend Ricardo, but
I would put it that way. To my arch enemy. Oh.
With the broadside.
With a little relish.
Ugh, I think if there's relish on it, you should get it looked at by a physician.
All right. Carly.
I love recording on Zoom. All right, let's hit round 2. Smart toilet will know you by the shape of your asshole. A team of researchers at Stanford University developed a prototype smart toilet with 4 cameras that can identify users based on their anal print. Your butthole is like a snowflake, a tiny, beautiful little snowflake. No two are exactly alike. At least that's the crux of a new scientific paper outlining the mechanisms for a smart toilet that identifies poopers based on video clips of their unique anuses. Stanford researchers have created the panopticon of looking up your own ass with a smart toilet that monitors your health by analyzing your stool, urine, and the timing of both, using 4 cameras and an array of sensors and identification systems. The paper, a mountable, this is what the paper is actually called. This is the longest paper title. A mountable toilet system for personalized health monitoring via the analysis of excreta. This paper was...
That's actually a setup for one of Jeremy's jokes.
About Kevin McAllister.
Thank you for reading it. Now, please read the rest of the 10 minutes of the article.
This paper was published in the journal called Nature. Each user, this is my science voice, each user of the toilet is identified through their specific fingerprint and the distinctive features of their anoderm, the researchers write. And the data are securely stored and analyzed in an encrypted cloud server. The anoderm is the scientific word for your asshole skin. Etymologically, a combination of anus and derm, or skin. Here's a brief explanation from Stanford University on how the toilet actually works. As a user sits on the toilet for a defecation event, the pressure sensor below the toilet seat initiates the defecation monitoring camera. The camera records the toilet bowl until the end of the defecation event. The collected images are then fed into deep CNN layers for stool classification. Distinguishing whose poop is whose within a household is obviously important for the system to work, and this research team then went above and beyond to make sure every person is absolutely the owner of their own particular dump, hence the title Anal Print.
Jesus. All right. Jeremy, do you want to start things off for this round?
Sure. Oh, you scientists have thought of everything, huh? Well, what if I pee in the backyard and shit in the garbage disposal? You'll never get me, science!
Ugh. All right, Danny.
I don't know why I laughed at that so much.
Yeah, if you're so smart, toilet, how come all you do is breathe ass? Get a job. I'm ad-libbing. Get a real job.
Let's see. This smart toilet will have no problem identifying Rick because he's just one big asshole.
Wow.
I knew someone was going to make fun of Ricky in this story.
I did kind of go through the cast. I was like, which one would be the best? All right, Rick.
Robert's an asshole. All right.
I knew someone was going to call out Robert in this story.
That was my second joke after rewrite.
You guys wrote the same joke again?
This is the scene where the hero beats up a henchman and holds his asshole up to the brown eye scanner.
Ugh.
That's good.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's me.
Back to you, Jeremy.
All right. Yeah. Some people will welcome this kind of technology. I know Ricky's been trying to figure out how to mount cameras in toilets for years. Sorry, Ricky.
Why me?
Why?
I went through the whole cat.
Why was I cursed with this need to see people's butts in the toilet without their knowledge?
Good question. All right, Danny, you're up.
You know, I don't know if you guys read this on Wired. The toilet also remarked, but frankly, Ricky, I smell you before I see you.
Even Danny's in on the Ricky.
I had Carly there. I had Carly, but then I pivoted to Ricky. It felt like what was in. I was trying to follow the group. It was a moment of weakness.
Peer pressure.
I don't know, just trying to fit in.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick is a big, stupid, fucking dumb bitch. Wait. Sorry, that's just my journal.
Oh, you opened your online journal on accident?
I always write during the podcast, so. For the benefit of the reader, this Vice article also includes numerous close-up shots of anuses, like looking at an issue of Hustler magazine, but with less mature writing. Rick?
All right. Is the smart toilet smart enough to know that the anus is an exit only?
Aw.
We got an awe.
So what's that? What's the premise of that?
You laughed.
Well, no, I know, but I have to understand why now. Is
It's like all like people who are like homophobic or like it's an exit only.
the toilet's a bigot?
No, the toilet's a progressive, and Ricky's the bigot in this show. In this
that
show.
makes more sense.
Not in
Wow.
life. Not in life. But in
The toilet won't even open for Rick. It's like, no bigots.
Put those beans in me.
Whose turn is it?
Jeremy.
It's my turn.
Jeremy.
Okay.
They say opinions are a lot like assholes. Everyone's got one, and they're all logged in a database by Big Brother.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys read also on Wired also that the toilet boasts emotional features, and it'll actually love anyone who unclogs it like a mother. Follow you throughout the house. Pretty cute.
Also, like a mother, you get digested food into the mouth of the toilet
like a mama bird.
by any means necessary. Let's see. Well, Jeremy already.
I'm just picturing the
That's
toilet after a couple days of constipation going, I'm hungry.
Ugh.
Oh.
I'm hungry, Mama.
Feed me.
Ugh.
Me.
Does it have to be poop?
I'd rather not.
Feed me. Feed me all night long.
Does it have to be mine?
You can do it.
This episode is a defecation event.
Oh,
Episode
Come on.
title.
where's our musical theater fans at?
All right. This thing will take a picture of your butthole and file it for later reference. I can't believe people are willing to pay thousands of dollars for something that my former neighbor went to jail for. So already touched on the subject.
All right. Smart toilet.
I'm sorry. Rick, you used to live next to Bob? Is that?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. This is stupid. All right, ready?
No pun intended, but Ricky's getting shat on today.
I think pun intended.
I
right.
didn't.
Smart toilet. All I can afford is those old flip toilets.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what Jeremy's using to call in today.
That's right. Using my flip toilet. It's got predictive shitting. It knows how much toilet paper I'm gonna need.
Gonna need some T9 toilet paper.
Yeah. T9 ply. I thought of a joke just now with defecation event. Did you guys see that defecation event on Facebook? I marked myself as going.
God damn it.
I like it.
I marked myself as interested. I can't decide if I want to go.
I marked myself safe from.
All right.
Mark myself not gonna make it.
I'm not gonna make it.
Not gonna make it.
Now that's a callback to our episode with Paul Goebel. Check that out.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
You mean it's a callback to the time Ricky shit his pants?
yeah. But,
Which he talked about on that episode.
Yeah.
well, anywho, that'll do it for the jokes in round 2. So we're going to go to Aaron Kraft. What are your thoughts?
So things are going to flip here. Things are going to flip. Everybody was dissing on Ricardo, but he had 2 of the funniest jokes. The brown eye scanner, which everybody laughed at, and the smart toilet, which everybody laughed at. So I got to give a point to Ricardo here.
Okay.
Nice job, Ricardo.
Bob had a rough round, so I'll just skip over you. Danny, I really enjoyed your love like a mother joke. at the
I
end.
loved it like a mother.
And I liked your delivery on the first joke about breathing ass. If you're so smart, then why do you breathe ass?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. That is my finest writing.
And that's the New York style
I'm sorry.
comedy. You know, it's the New York style.
I actually wrote those jokes because I went to UCB classes for 6 years and spent $4,000. So you never could. You guys never could do that because you didn't take those prestigious classes that I did.
I spent all
we
my
did.
money on
Sorry.
a toilet, so
Yeah. I'm still thinking like no and shit joke. Shit joke.
Yes, and.
No but shit joke.
how's that even possible?
You have no butt.
It's hard to make shit jokes with no but.
Aaron, if you please.
Jeremy was just on fire the whole round. The pee in the backyard, shit in the garbage disposal. Yeah, that was good. And then
Art imitating life.
a long database by Big Brother, going to the defecation event, riffing. So I'm going to give a point to Jeremy as well in this round. So Ricardo and Jeremy 1 point.
All right.
So
Sounds
Jeremy's
good.
in the lead right now with 2 points. Everyone else with 1.
That's right.
All righty. It's anyone's game in round 3. Man arrested after breaking into Disneyland amid temporary closure, police say. Though the park is temporarily closed due to the ongoing
temporary close.
Though the park is temporarily closed due to ongoing coronavirus pandemic. One man made it his mission not to let that spoil his Disneyland plans. Jeremiah Smith, a transient resident of Anaheim, was seen jumping over a gate into the backlot of California Adventure. Officers responded to the scene and found the man in the park around 11 p.m. near a construction site by Guardians of the Galaxy, the ride. Police believe the suspect's motive may have been, because I'm from Canada, may have been to steal items or equipment from the construction site. Police say Smith was arrested and cited for trespassing and then released.
All right, Danny, do you want to start things off?
Yes, I do. And here's what I think this is. I think a lot of tragic events can be attributed to this. This is what happens when you don't sell Dole Whip in stores.
And that guy's so stupid because they only sell Dole Whip in the other park. He's in the wrong park.
Oh, I can't catch a break.
There's a poke restaurant that sells Dole Whip. It's pretty good.
Rick, hands down, your best joke.
It's true. I forgot what it's called, but it's in like Tempe.
Okay.
All right. They were able to catch this transient, but they were unable to apprehend his small monkey accomplice.
Stop that street rat.
What's that from?
I don't know. Some Nickelodeon film from the 90s.
That was an Aladdin joke, right? Just
Allow what? Allow what?
Aladdin?
Disney security made sure to stop the man before he spent the night in the haunted mansion. He would have owned the whole place.
He was in the wrong park. The Haunted Mansion's of the other park.
Jesus Christ.
This is Disneyland.
Oh my
All
A
God,
lot of
Carly.
fact checks from Carly. Oh, the Dole Whip's only at the Disneyland in California. How about you get a life, you Disney freak?
these- Yeah.
I'm not the one breaking in, trying to get some Dole Whip at 11 p.m.
I want to change my earlier toilet joke from Rick to Carly.
Too late. It's too late. It's already been done.
Since this is Disneyland, I better scrap my Epcot Center joke. Okay, here we go. To be fair, April 19th, 11 p.m. was his scheduled Guardians of the Galaxy Fast Pass time.
All right, Danny, back to you.
Yeah, I actually read in Wired, as a matter of fact, he's being charged for sodomizing Chip and Dale. Yeah, Disney has sodomy laws.
Oh boy. Good to know before you travel back to Disneyland.
Now you guys know. Oh, actually, the Disneyland in Anaheim has sodomy laws, but the liberal California location does not.
Well, Disneyland is the one in California.
Oh, right. Whatever. Carly, goddamn it. You get it.
I'm sorry, Danny. I'm with Carly on this one. That was a big fuck up.
What's Anaheim? I thought Anaheim was in Colorado for like 10 years of my life. Listen.
Isn't that the poke restaurant with the Dole Whip?
And which Disney theme park is located in Colorado?
I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, I haven't left my house in 90 days.
I forget geography.
Well, there's a Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Japan. I mean,
Disneyland Colorado.
Disneyland Colorado. You know.
They would call that Rocky Mountain Disney. You know that.
And there's two parks. It's Disneyland Colorado and Denver Adventure. They're right across from each other.
All right. They were able to stop the suspect before he got hold of that sorcerer's hat and did some real damage.
That's cute. That's cute. That's got to be is there a cutest
cute
joke award? That's the cutest joke.
Constantly.
Yeah,
There's
we can do that.
at least one an episode. That it's code for like it wasn't very funny, but
It's cute.
I liked it.
Well, it goes on a card. It doesn't mean it's not funny.
A greeting card. We should start making some of these jokes into greeting cards and selling them.
Rick?
The man's main motivation for the break-in was to rebuild the Country Bear Jamboree.
It's in the other part. That's in the other part.
We got all the stories.
Okay, I just want to. Can we not do a Disney story for a while?
That's not by me. You guys keep fucking it up.
All right. So after this joke, Carly, I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up, okay?
Better be park accurate.
Sometimes Jeremy fills us in on the setup.
Hey, Carly, that's a request for all jokes from now on for the rest of the time.
Ouch.
Okay. Disneyland did allow the man to ride Splash Mountain so that police could get his mugshot, which the suspect later purchased for $15.
I like it.
That's cute.
Got a couple
another
cuties.
contender for the Cute Award.
It's up there. It's up there.
We got some cuties in the mix.
One time on a school trip, someone did a middle finger on the Disneyland picture thing, and they wouldn't let them buy it, and they were really devastated. The school people wouldn't let them buy it.
Oh, my brother did a you know how you do like you know how you do like what's up with your fingers where your middle two are crossed and it's the W. My brother did that. My brother did that, and they thought he was flashing gang signs for like West Side.
Yeah, that's also West Side.
They didn't even release the picture for anyone on that ride to buy. He ruined it for everybody.
Oh my god!
You know how you spell Disney with your hands? You have to go like that.
It looks like blood. That looks like blood.
Yeah, he's a blood
Oh, that's what that is.
BK.
Except he's wearing the Crips colors.
I'm very complex.
My favorite Disney fact, and Carly taught me this, but it's that on the Animal Kingdom ride, which is at Disneyland, Colorado, the Carly worked there, and she told me that if somebody fell into the gator pit, you do not rescue them because
That's true.
the gators will just eat you. The gators don't give a fuck.
Ooh.
I mean,
Fucking gators, man.
So Carly, how many people did you just let die?
Couple
He pushed
thousand
a
easy.
couple thousand.
yeah.
But it's so funny that you remember that. I was just thinking about that the other day. But yeah, when you drive over the gator pit, they literally train you that if someone was to go crazy and jump out of your truck and jump into the pit, you just fucking go.
Which actually happened a lot on Carly's tours because she told her jokes.
Oh, ow. Ow.
I meant that joke about Ricardo. I meant that about Ricardo.
Now you're getting it.
That was actually Ricardo at Disney World, not Carly.
Hey, listen. Everybody should be fed to gators on this show. I mean, that's a fact.
That's true.
Here's a Disney hack for you. Forget the fast pass. Opt for the lesser known trespass and avoid the lines and security.
That's good.
I'm back on that cute tip.
No, that was
Cute
good.
tip.
It was good. It was just above cute into the good territory.
All right, Rick, if you could take a break from yawning.
Even though he was the only person in the park, he still had to wait 4 hours to get into Star Wars Land.
Good.
It's Ricky. It's the that's
Jeremy, say your joke,
I thought we
please.
told you to shut the
Jeremy,
fuck up, Carly.
Jeremy, do your
Ready?
joke.
Let me yawn a bit. Hold on. Okay. One of the responding officers was Sheriff Woody of the Disneyland Police Department. The suspect was allowed one phone call, one selfie with the sheriff, and one autograph in his autograph book. Ending with a bang!
That's right, partner. Aaron Kraft, resident judge. Do we have a winner of the episode?
I have one more joke.
Danny, please. I'm trying to get to the end
crazy?
of the show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's horrible. I thought it would wipe the palate of all these cute jokes.
All right, go for it. Let us have it.
The man went on to say, who was arrested, he said, well, it's hardly the happiest place in the world when there's no children here. He then gestured to his penis, which had a bullet wound.
Oh.
Oh. It's been a while since we've had a callback in a show. Yeah.
Oh, I see why now.
He learned that at UCB.
Yeah, UCB. You guys aren't laughing because you're not educated.
That's a New York comedy thing, the callback.
Can I do in the south side of Anaheim, Colorado?
All right. Now, Aaron, now that you have all the jokes, do we have a winner?
Okay. Whose smoke alarm is low on battery?
It's
Yeah, I
mine.
just heard that.
It's mine, and it's not low on batteries. It's wired into the wall, and I cannot get that shit fixed.
You're fucked. You are fucked if you have a fire, Carly.
That means a fire's coming.
I just called my boyfriend. And I said, "You need to come over and help me because I don't know how to turn that off."
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
That's Aaron from his experience working at Disneyland and feeding people to crocodile. Like, good luck.
Good luck with that. Danny, I'm pretty sure there are laws against sodomizing chipmunks at both Disneyland and Disney World. I just wanted to follow up with that.
Things have changed since the coronavirus, Aaron.
But I really enjoyed Danny's Dole Whip joke, and then I liked the riffing on Colorado, and the gesture to penis joke at the end. It was in poor taste, but terribly funny. So I'm gonna give a point to Danny this round.
Yeah.
So Danny's currently at 2 points,
Danny's at 2 points.
tied with Jeremy at
All
2 points.
Wow.
So what else we got?
We need a tiebreaker. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
we will. Yeah, no. Well, hold on. maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Anyways, Ricardo. The first two, but your wait 4 hours joke was really good, and everybody laughed at that. So good job on that one, but no points.
See, this guy's unpredictable.
Well, because he only got one, whereas Danny, and I'm just gonna let everybody know, Jeremy also got 2 out of the 3. So, but we'll get to Jeremy in a second. Yeah, and so Bob, your first 2 were sort of so. Though everybody liked your cute joke, but I don't know if it was funny. It was cute.
Somebody scurrying across the floor.
So, but your
Jeremy?
Disney hack, was that Jeremy? Oh.
Jeremy had just released a bunch of mice into his kitchen.
Oh, it's almost dinner time. I forgot.
No, they helped me clean, and they made me a pretty dress.
That's in the other park, Jeremy.
Oh, God damn, you're right.
Okay, so anyways, no points to Bob, but the Disney hack joke was funny. And then Jeremy, again, killing it, except with Sheriff Woody, but the fast pass and the purchase of mugshot, they were funny. So I'm going to give a point to Jeremy. So technically, Jeremy wins with 3 points, but Danny comes in a close second with 2, Bob and Ricardo with 1 each.
And Rick, once again, I really like that funny joke. That's why I didn't get any points. So that beeping's gotta stop.
I literally unmuted myself, and right as I did it, beeped. Right as I unmuted myself.
Carly, please. So normally this is the time that we'd go to Carly Kastner, see if she has any burning questions, but we got something special for you today. We're going to go to Danny Vega for a segment from his show.
I brought you
Correct.
guys an Am I the Asshole situation. You ready for this?
Dun, 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 dun.
We say AITA. That's short for Am I the Asshole. You got that, Ricky?
Mm-hmm.
He's got it. For
I
AITA.
follow you on Facebook.
That
ITA.
Rick, do you got that, you stupid fuck?
That warms my heart. AITA for sleeping outdoors in my yard. My neighbors are bothered by it. I've been having major cabin fever recently, working from home and generally being stuck at home, especially when the weather has been warming up. Getting outside helps a lot, but I've mainly stayed in my own yard. I have a hammock up between 2 trees, and I've slept in there at night under the stars. It's nice, it's peaceful, and it makes me feel a lot less like a rat in a cage nowadays. I know it's weird, but I enjoy it. It's peaceful, and it helps me de-stress after work. But my neighbors, they're bothered by it. They say it's weird. They don't want someone sleeping outdoors near where their kids play. They don't like me being out there so much because their family has less privacy, and it would be better if I stayed in the house at night. I said I don't pay them any attention. I am just doing something relaxing to stay sane because my work and other things have made me stress. Am I the asshole for wanting to keep sleeping outdoors?
Does it say if it was the front yard or backyard?
I think it's his backyard, but he doesn't actually say. I think we'll have to talk through both situations.
I say if it's the backyard, there's nothing to talk about. That's your backyard. Do whatever the fuck you want back there. If it's the front yard, then we got a discussion.
What? What's wrong with the front yard? It's more visible. It's more public.
Okay,
Exactly. That's
I
why.
gotta say
Yeah.
this is an issue because in my old house, I was alone. My roommates were all out of town. It was like 1 a.m, and I could hear this coming from what sounded like my backyard. It was, oh, and I was so scared. I called the
Carly,
police.
that's in the other park.
I couldn't figure out I couldn't figure out what was going on. I called the police. So the police come a little bit later, and I see them pull up, and they're shining their flashlights on my neighbor's front lawn. And this woman, the police officer, knocks on the door, and I open it, and she says, "So we heard the noise that you called in about, and we were actually pretty disturbed by it too. And then we saw your neighbor was passed out in their front lawn, just wasted, and he was talking in his sleep." So
Not the
He
same
was-
at all.
And he was making cartoon ghost noises?
yes,
Well, here's the thing. Noise is a different thing.
Yeah,
So
this is not a noise complaint. It's like seeing him out there is what freaks him out.
now, me personally, if I like pulled up to my house and then the neighbor was sleeping in their hammock, I wouldn't care. I think it depends a lot on their sleeping attire, and perhaps if they maybe had refuse around their hammock, they're eating and just, it depends on how clean it is. And
Well, what
how,
does that mean? I can't have a Haagen-Dazs and pass out in my front yard? What is refuse?
Oh, that's one.
I would-
Empty ice cream containers, that's it. That counts as refuse. But if you're like just making a general mess, I think that's not very.
can I just just go back to
Carly?
what Danny just said? I'm sorry, but what bougie motherfucker eats Haagen-Dazs and then sleeps in their yard?
Well,
Like,
whatever. Maybe it's
Uh-oh.
Briars, Carly, or a McFlurry. We get it. But what? It's my front yard. Why can't I have some ice cream and pass out? And then for you to call it refuse, it's just disrespectful. It's just trash.
I have a question. Is Haagen-Dazs expensive?
yeah.
I think that's just a normal brand of ice cream, right?
It's very expensive.
Mr. Moneybags over here.
I spent a little time in New York.
I would say, I would say now you guys know me. Like I pee in my backyard, and it's not so much an issue. My neighbors haven't really complained unless I'm like looking them straight in the eye when I do it.
How
You're
can
like-
you look at your neighbors
So-
in the eye in your backyard? Do you
He's
have,
like
only
Wilson
fence?
from Home Improvement.
Yeah,
You
they
can see
only
over
see
their
my
fence?
eyes, and they hear this hissing sound,
Oh God.
and
Imagine Will saying that if he was pissing while talking across the fence.
I'll
yeah,
say,
and I haven't gotten any complaints. But if they did complain, I could say, well, at least I don't sleep in my backyard, and they would say, good point. Do what you do.
I think that what you just said makes me think that the guy who sleeps in his yard is the asshole.
if this dude is clean, like in appearance, and he wears proper attire, and he sleeps in a hammock, I see no issue.
Here would be my question. Is there an HOA? Because I can't even keep like
Yeah.
my broom on my patio. If I slept out there, oh, the fines on that one.
I think it's
Say, yeah, if there's an HOA and you're bringing down all the property value, I also want to know if this guy lives in like a really Republican town because, you know, they'd live by like not in your backyard, that kind of thing.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's weird that they mentioned like, hey, our kids are out there, but are kids out there like in the middle of the night playing?
It makes no sense. It's them. They're being freaked out for no reason. It's like, so it's my house. I can sleep in it. I can sleep outside of it. I can sleep on the roof if I want. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is the acronym for not in your backyard NIBY?
NIMBY.
Not in your backyard. Not
Oh, NIBY.
NIBY.
Bye.
This is why
Bye-bye.
there isn't one, because no one can agree.
Say it.
So,
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, if he's dressed like in underwear and it's a very shallow front yard, then I think that's a problem. But if you have like a deep yard with a lot of trees and the guy's not trashing the place, he's not showing off his junk, let him enjoy his yard.
now his junk would count as refuse,
Maybe. It depends on,
depending on his upkeep.
on his performance.
So-
Yeah.
And depending on the ice cream, that may or may not apply to sodomy law.
Have to dip into the books on that one.
He has a lot of strip
Phrasing.
balls from the 90s out there.
All right. I think it's been
An
decided.
official tally on who thinks they're an asshole.
Yeah, let's do a tally. That's
But I
fine.
want to explain why, because this is my final consensus. No, because the thing is, yeah, it's your house, but it's like, yeah, it's my house. I could put swastikas up out front, but there's like a certain community standard that you choose.
Decorum.
Like when you decide to be a part of society,
I've been meaning to talk to you about that, Carly. You should take those swastikas down.
when
Yeah.
you want to be a part of society, you're supposed to adhere to certain societal rules. Like we don't sleep
Now,
in our
Carly,
yards.
Carly, I know you don't pull the Jewish card every so often, but sleeping in your backyard is not the same as having a swastika in your yard.
Okay, maybe
If
it's an
swastika's
extreme
on
point.
you, like a tattoo, then
Then don't sleep in your yard.
All right,
right.
my final verdict. My final verdict: neighbors are the asshole. You keep living your life, guy or lady.
asshole.
And you've got the full support of a guy who urinates in his backyard.
I vote YNTA.
What's that?
Isn't
You're
that
not
what
the
you guys said? You are not the asshole?
No, it's just NTA, not the asshole.
Oh, I didn't see it.
So you and Jeremy agree because Jeremy said the other person is. So it's NTA and the other person is. Or you could say everyone sucks here, no assholes here, or YTA, you're the asshole, and the other person is not. Those are the four options.
Well, I can't say that nobody's an asshole.
That's no assholes here.
No assholes here.
This is like a complicated Maury Povich.
Mhm.
I'm just imagining waking up in the morning and getting in my car and going into work, and my neighbor is asleep on their front lawn every night. Like,
Specifically, it said backyard.
If he's in the hammock,
He's in a hammock. He's relaxing.
that hammock makes all the difference.
I agree. If he's in a hammock, NTA. If he's not in a hammock, if he's like on the ground, he's the asshole.
Yes, if he's on the ground or if he brings a bed out there, like some kind of freaky thing, then I'm like, no, you can sleep inside. No, there's no revolutions here.
I would be put
What if he
off
puts
if he brought out a bunk bed and he's the only person who lives there and he sleeps on the top bunk.
What about a bunk hammock? 2 hammocks on top of each other. You okay with that?
Oh,
Like
that's
Gilligan's
what I do.
Island.
That's good. It's acceptable.
What if he lives in a tent outside?
No.
Oh,
No, you
That's
can't put a
weird.
house in front of your house. That's bullshit.
What about like a mailbox shaped like a house?
That's okay, because it's a tiny, tiny house for tiny people.
The
Protect
tent
mail.
has to be really small.
what if it was a real nice small doghouse and his legs were sticking out of the door?
I'll allow it.
Oh. Then the
Okay.
neighbors are the asshole if they're complaining
What if he's
about
sleeping on top like Snoopy?
That's adorable. I would quit my job and become a yellow bird.
And then he wakes up and he's crippled because that's got to hurt.
No way Snoopy is well rested.
In this particular
That is-
instance, shut up, Jeremy. In this particular instance, NTA, correct? He's not the asshole
Why do you say in this particular instance? What does that mean?
because he's in a hammock, correct?
Yes.
Didn't he just
So he's
say
in a ham-
in the backyard?
Why are you saying in this particular instance? Are you just afraid that you're going to offer an overbroad
He's saying
verdict here?
only if there's a hammock involved.
Hey, listen, guy,
Like
I'm
in
not on.
gateways,
I'm not on
or
trial.
In other
No,
places.
you're on trial.
Like
All right,
you're
we
not
all
gonna
agree.
come at me with that East Coast attitude.
Hey, I'm a New Yorker. What can I do? What can I say? Okay.
So he said that
Hey,
he
if he-
sleeps in it. Jeremy, shut up. So he's saying that he's sleeping in his front yard in a hammock, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, he's not the asshole.
I
What
think
if
we agree now.
he means he's sleeping in a banana hammock?
Well, that's a tiny man.
As long as
How would you even notice?
if he's wearing a banana hammock but he's laying in a hammock,
What if he's dressed as a banana in a banana suit in a hammock?
What if he's got the banana hammock on and then he's hung parts of it to a tree and he sleeps in that?
You mean like a baby in a little?
Yeah.
all right. So I guess he's not.
But then he would not be the asshole. He'd be the cutest little boy in the world.
No.
Well, if your listeners want more situations like that, you can check out the pod at aitapod.com. You can submit. It's a lot of fun.
And check out the most popular episode of all time. It's the episode with Carly Kastner on it.
Yes. I believe it's called AITA for doing a podcast with my ex.
All right, and we'll also have a link in the description for the episode, so you can get right to it. And you could. Oh, sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
No, just thank you so much for having me. It's been a lot of fun. It was a blast.
Absolutely. We'll certainly want to have you back on. And folks, if you want to hear more, of course, you can find us anywhere that you find podcasts. We'll be there. And we'd certainly appreciate if you gave us some likes, reviews, suggestions for stories, subscribe, share the show, etc. All that stuff really helps us out. And of course, our resident judge, Aaron Kraft, he provides the music for our show. You can find more of his stuff on SoundCloud at...
Yeah, check me out on SoundCloud at Captain Lovecraft, CAPT Lovekraft. Check out my music, give me a like. I try to upload stuff. These days it's busy with the kids and all, but I'm still trying to keep the music flowing. So check it out.
There you go.
All right. Well, with that, we good?
Jeremy, shut up.
We good? We good?
That'll do it for the show.
All right. I'm Jeremy Martinez.
Carly, you disabled screen sharing I was gonna open up the PokeWave, the Instagram, and show you guys the Dole Whip, but now I've been blocked from doing so.
Well, I wasn't intentionally
I have to end the
blocking
show
you.
like an idiot, like a normal.
I'm Bob Timmons.
Normal
Share,
idiot.
share your screen now, Ricky. I work with children, so I don't allow them to screen share. There you go.
Hey, did you guys know they sell churros at like a lot of the Mexican restaurants around here?
I'm so glad we're looking at this.
Do you see that girl has a Dole Whip tattoo? That's funny.
That looks good.
Yeah,
Rick, we
let's get 'em.
can see everything that's on your desktop right now. This is like Matthew Robertson. I think this could be pulled off with just a webcam. Ricky.
Hey, Ricardo Leon, what's your name?
I don't
And
know how to
see you next week on 1, 2, 3.
Go.
Yo! Thanks,
Yeah,
Dan Vega.
Thanks a lot, guys. That was a blast. You put on a
Thank
great
you.
Thanks, Danny.
Hold on, one second.
It's dinner time for me, guys.
Good job, everybody.
It looks like Carla's gonna head into Danny's window.
Oh my god!